Your football team implodes before the season even starts. Players are quietly rebelling against their coach. Veterans are backing a rookie quarterback who's rotting on the bench behind a washed-up starter. The locker room is fracturing. Trust is evaporating, and your head coach might be about to lose everything. Sound like a nightmare? Welcome to the 2025 Cleveland Browns, where dysfunction has reached an art form and the drama behind the scenes is more explosive than anything happening on the field. This is the story they don't want you to know. The Cleveland Browns have mastered the art of self-destruction before their season even begins. This franchise keeps finding new ways to crash and burn just when fans think things might actually work out. This time, the mess isn't happening on game day. The real chaos is brewing behind closed doors. And if the rumors are accurate, head coach Kevin Stefanski might be dropping the ball on something far more important than play calling. Subscribe if you want the complete story, with all the messy details they won't show you on ESPN. Stay tuned to watch this Browns quarterback disaster unfold in real time. Stefanski is losing control of his players. We're talking about a locker room packed with angry veterans, ignored rookies, and a quarterback situation that has more drama than a reality TV show. Get ready because we're diving deep into the Sanders controversy, the Stefanski rebellion, and a Browns organization spinning into complete meltdown mode. This isn't just smoke from celebration fireworks. This might be coming from a genuine dumpster fire. Let's begin with Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback carrying a legendary family name and a preseason loaded with expectations. Everyone had their eyes on him: reporters, supporters, teammates, coaches. The excitement was real. The potential was obvious. There were glimpses of genuine NFL-caliber talent waiting to develop. But rather than cultivating that promise, the Browns decided to crush it immediately. They made the puzzling choice to start Joe Flacco, basically the spirit of championships past, while keeping Sanders and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel permanently glued to the sideline. Nothing against Flacco, who's built a respectable career and probably radiates serious "I organize my sock drawer" energy, but in 2025, seriously, that's your strategy. You can almost hear the entire locker room collectively sighing. Here's where things get interesting. It's not just supporters questioning these decisions. Sources suggest that players, actual Browns veterans, are openly rejecting what Stefanski is trying to sell them. There's talk of frustration, awkward silences during team meetings, and some cases of players subtly refusing to buy in, not in an obvious rebellion way, but in that passive-aggressive "I'm only here because I have to be" attitude that destroys team chemistry faster than anything else. Apparently, several players have actually stated they're uncomfortable playing under Stefanski's current direction, which in NFL language basically means, remove this guy before we all finish 4-12 and start questioning our career choices. The situation gets more complicated. Veterans like Jerry Jeudy and Myles Garrett aren't staying silent. Reports indicate they've publicly supported Sanders, and not with vague "he's improving" comments. We're talking genuine endorsement and confidence. The type of veteran backing that suggests a serious divide might be forming, when your experienced core is supporting the rookie while your head coach ignores that input in favor of a backup quarterback whose best years happened during a previous decade. You've created a major leadership crisis. But wait, it becomes even more ridiculous. During his final preseason game, Sanders had struggles, not a complete catastrophe, but definitely not impressive. Instead of attributing that to nerves or insufficient practice time, which obviously it was, the coaching staff essentially froze him out. They reduced his opportunities and dropped him further down the roster as if they were looking for any reason to declare, look, he's not prepared. But prepared for what exactly? To watch Joe Flacco while the team stumbles through another mediocre season. The organization seems to have forgotten how player development actually functions. Rookies have bad games. They throw interceptions. They make wrong reads. That's normal. You don't abandon them the moment things get messy. You provide them repetitions, mentoring, and something called support. Instead, the Browns gave Sanders a sinking ship and then criticized him for getting soaked. This entire approach sends a clear message, not just to Sanders, but to everyone in the facility. The message reads, trust us, we know what we're doing. The problem is, nobody believes that anymore. When confidence starts breaking down between players and coaches, everything collapses quickly. Locker rooms become strange. Groups form. People start contacting their representatives. From what we're hearing, that's already happening in Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski, previously viewed as the composed, analytical coach who could bring actual structure to the madness, has seen his reputation change. Players are reportedly ignoring him, challenging his decisions, and losing respect. Once that transformation occurs, when players stop believing in your leadership, reversing it becomes nearly impossible. Consider that the Browns have been inconsistent and uncertain about quarterbacks for years, and this situation begins feeling less like a mistake and more like a complete organizational breakdown. Are they rebuilding, competing, or just existing? Nobody understands, especially not the supporters. Don't forget the AFC is incredibly competitive. If you're not developing young talent now, you're just helping everyone else reach the playoffs. The 2026 draft is approaching, filled with quarterback prospects. What are the Browns doing? Playing keep away from their own rookies while veteran players gradually lose faith in the PIP system. Classic. Here's what really hurts your brain. If Sanders isn't the answer, then let him demonstrate that during actual games. Don't suffocate his opportunity before it begins. Give him several real games with a proper game plan and observe the results. Worst outcome, you lose some games and still get a high draft position to find someone new. Best outcome, you realize you already have a future star. Instead, they're choosing an approach that alienates young talent, frustrates your leadership group, and pushes your locker room into quiet rebellion. This isn't just poor coaching, it's terrible strategy, and the players recognize it. They sense it. That tension and quiet resentment continues growing, especially when losses accumulate and the coaching staff refuses to adapt. Stefanski's voice seems to carry less authority than before. That influence he possessed when he first arrived is disappearing. Every questionable decision weakens it further. Every safe choice that fails only reinforces what players are quietly thinking. The person in charge might be the wrong choice. The team finds itself trapped between a coach desperately maintaining control and a roster full of players running out of patience. This situation can shift from frustrating to toxic very rapidly if it hasn't already. The Browns have always carried a reputation for dysfunction, the type of organization where talented players stagnate, where coaching careers end, where momentum always disappears at the worst moments. But this might be the most Browns situation yet. You finally acquire a promising young quarterback with famous heritage, exciting potential, and the personality to energize your fan base. Then you let him waste away behind Flacco for unclear reasons. That's not just poor management, it's professional negligence. Here's the painful truth. Even if Stefanski makes changes later this season, inserting Sanders when it's convenient or when the season is already ruined, it might be too late. The trust will already be destroyed. The message will already be delivered. And the damage will remain because players communicate, agents communicate. And if the Browns develop a reputation as the place where talent gets benched, ignored, or wasted, good luck convincing the next generation of talent to commit. Where does that leave Cleveland? In a pressure situation, the locker room is tense, the fan base is restless, the veterans are frustrated, the rookie who could have been a unifying force sits watching from the sidelines while the coaching staff stubbornly defends decisions nobody supports. Anymore, this isn't just a quarterback controversy, it's a leadership crisis. Unless Stefanski finds a way to actually lead this team, rebuild trust, acknowledge mistakes, and give young talent a genuine opportunity, the downward spiral will only accelerate. Congratulations to the Browns, who have officially earned this week's We Had One Job award. You were supposed to build for tomorrow, but instead, you created a drama series. The lesson here, in the NFL, trust means everything. Lose the locker room, and you lose the team. Lose the team and you're one Sunday away from becoming the next trending joke. If you've made it this far, share your thoughts. Should the Browns move on from Stefanski? Should Sanders start immediately? Or is this just another chapter in Cleveland's never-ending comedy? Comment below, hit subscribe, and stay tuned because in NFL chaos, the Browns never disappoint.